going on, love? How's it going? Just eating a sandwich, drinking some coffee, surfing the web. What's going on in your life? Oh, it's leftover steak and Colby Jack cheese, head mayonnaise, wheat bread. Pretty simple. Really good though. I feel like I'm always eating on these live streams. How's it going, Ada? Dr. Ada? How's your nursing stuff going on? I'm eating a steak and just a leftover steak sandwich. I'm always eating when I'm here. Yeah, I started my new year, Moaz, finally. I started on Thursday. It's just orientation. Even though I've already done orientation, like last year, I have to redo it all again. It kind of sucks, but I get to make good friends, at least. I get to make new friends. You have more your board exams next week for your nursing degree, right, Dr. Ada? Mm-hmm. Mm. Are you feeling confident about it? No, I do not, Dr. Ada. I've never had dog meat. Have you had dog meat in the past? It's weird of you to ask. It's a little bit weird. I've never actually had dog meat. But yeah, look. No, I guess you can't really tell. Hold on, let me mute the mic. I'm about to sneeze. All right, we back. I know, Dr. Ada, that's how most of us are. I don't think you can ever really feel ready for a test. Freaked everybody out with the dog meat question. Music, what's going on? Long time no see. How was the first day? It was orientation again, so I already did it in the past. It's really good though because I'm trying to make friends this year. So it was pretty chill. Um, I'm trying to make friends this year. Trying to make a lot of. I'm trying to make friends this year. I feel like last year I didn't really try to make friends. I had a lot going on, so I think this year I'm gonna go for making some friends. I am actually meeting with one of you next week. I'm actually sending an email right now. We're going to talk about med school and research and stuff. That way I can help him out. Maybe we can get him into med school. Let's see. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Admin, small group, pair, orientation, admin, hands-on technology. Okay. Do you think your grades will be better than last year's? What do you mean, like my overall? Yeah, I think. I mean, I'm gonna have a lot more time to study. I feel like this year. Um, so my grades should be better, obviously. But the curriculum has completely changed, guys. They revamped the curriculum, so which is really good, I think, because I'll be going into this new year with a completely different curriculum, and stuff won't seem familiar that I won't study for, if that makes sense. I think um, I think my hours are gonna be more fixed this year, Doctor. I'm gonna have a really I wouldn't say rigorous schedule, but I'm gonna try to be very disciplined with the schedule that I'm thinking. So I'm thinking of getting up at 5, doing my exercise, um, studying or doing something like right before class, go to class from 4 to 8 or from 8 to 12 for 4 hours, take my lunch and then stay on campus from 1 to 5 or 6. And then after that, no more studying and just relaxing and taking time off, really. But that time that I am at school and studying, I'm going to try to be really productive and just stay disciplined with that schedule. Some professors probably changed. Some professors are probably going to stay the same. I don't know yet. We'll see once the block actually hits what professors are starting. Um, this year, we're actually starting with all of anatomy and physiology in one block at the beginning of med school. So it's going to be interesting. That's how a lot of med schools are structured. So I'm kind of excited to just like be in the lab, get all the lab stuff done right away. So it's gonna be cool. I'm gonna be able to see like if I like the last curriculum better than the current curriculum. How do you feel? I feel really good. Love is Kunta. I'm just ready to get back in there. I'm excited. I got another chance, and I'm excited to take charge of it and just keep going on with this really difficult career in my life and just a lot of things. I'm just excited to keep moving forward. Honestly. Colsum, what happens to those people who study just to get into med school but they don't? I don't know, Colsum. I think like a lot of them become professor or like teachers at schools, or they pursue other degrees like higher ed master's degrees or just like research, or they might like even study a completely different like field if they did like a biology field. They might start studying something else. That way they can make a career in that. Mm. Let me know how it is. I'm interested. 1 second, guys. How's it going, Damilola? That sounds amazing. Music. Hawaii Kona coffee. I'm really interested to see how it tastes. I bet it's amazing. Hi, Damilola. What classes are you taking med school? Med school is structured in blocks, Damilola. So it's not like semesters in undergrad. Um, and then the blocks differ in length. Like not all blocks are the same weeks. So this first block, I actually don't know. They haven't actually finalized the curriculum yet, but it's going to be a pretty long block, the first one. And then after that, it'll be like a little bit shorter and then shorter. We have 3 blocks between now and winter break. How's it going, MSD? So the kind of courses we take is like all of anatomy. So we're going to dissect the full cadaver. And then we're going to start with like foundations of medical science, I think. It's called differently now. And then neuroscience, cardiovascular, pulmonary. There's a lot of different, they just completely revamped the curriculum this year, guys. So I actually don't really know what to expect yet, which is really good, I think. That way, it's just going to be really good for me to see things in a different order and form. Woo, how do you like your new apartment, MSD? How's it going, MSD? How did the move-in go? Olivia, congrats on vet school. Holy cow. So I initially wanted to go to vet school, Olivia. So share your experiences with me. Yes, it's really hard with friends and family to understand that you're going to be studying a lot. And yes, you're going to have to turn on a lot of social events before school. So it's going to suck, but that's the point, right? If not everybody would do this. Not everybody is willing to sacrifice those social events. And it's temporary. Later on, you will be able to go to social events and you'll be a vet, and that's going to be awesome. So yes, they're still having trouble understanding, and like I'm just beginning basically. So it's going to be a long career that they are going to have a rough time with, but it's what I want to do. And it sucks for me too. Like I want to go, but I can't. So yes, it really does. It sucks, but make friends, Olivia, and then your social time will kind of be like your study breaks talking with your friends, which kind of sucks, but it's the reality of the career you're chasing now. What vet school, if you don't mind me asking? You're welcome, Damilola. It's a nice place and close to school, so can't complain. Is it like within walking distance, MSD? You got like a little kitchen and stuff in there. Ooh, Tennessee, nice. So Tennessee was probably my second choice. I live in New Mexico, so my first choice was gonna be Colorado, of course. Um, Tennessee was a really good one. I'm trying to think of the other vet schools I really wanted to go to. Oh, UC Davis. That's where the vet who I worked with, went. So I kind of want to go to UC Davis just because I had worked with her and she was awesome. Sorry guys, I got steak stuck in my teeth. It's a nice place and close to school, so I can't complain. Olivia, you initially wanted to go to med school. We flip flop. Thanks for the encouragement, but it's nice to know I'm not alone. Yeah, Olivia, everybody in your class is gonna be going through the same thing. Um, just make friends, and you guys will get through it together. It's gonna be really fun. If you do start struggling in anything, it doesn't have to be just academics, like in life or something's getting in the way. Make sure you see your dean of students or just like whoever your wellness people are or your mentor or whoever. Just let them know. That way you don't like fall into a spiral. I think we just like kind of get proud of ourselves and like we can get through this, but sometimes we do need help. So that is my advice for you going to vet school. If even though I didn't go to vet school, but I've already been through 1 year at med school. So yeah, CSU is hard to get into. Yeah, UC Davis is number one in the country. It's number one in the country. I didn't think it was number one when I went or when I was thinking of applying. I didn't know it was so. It was a number one, honestly. Interesting. That's pretty cool though. Yeah, UC Davis, CSU, Tennessee. Um, I don't know. I don't really remember the other vet schools that there were out there that I wanted to apply, but that's because I kind of switched in high school, so I stopped researching really the different schools. Damilola, I majored in biology with a minor in chemistry, and I double majored in Spanish. MJ, how's it going, MJ? I have a question about references. How close were you with your references? So MJ, I was really close with the physician that wrote a letter of rec for me. I was really close um, with my clinic like coordinator, the people I shadowed, the clinic director, and then for my like class professor, I got close. I wasn't like super close with him. I was close because it was a pretty small class and it was like a genetics research oriented class. So he knew us. I wouldn't say close, but I told him my letter of rec needs to say that I can do science. Like I actually told him just because we didn't really know each other that well, and that's kind of how I went about getting my professor letter of rec that I wasn't so close to. North Carolina State is also pretty great. Yeah, there's not a lot of schools over here. I think it would be really awesome if they had a vet school here in New Mexico. I probably would be in vet school right now instead of med school, quite honestly. What college did you go to? I'm at University of New Mexico, Hung. Damilola, I'm majoring in chemistry pre-med right now. Uh, Chemistry is a pretty good degree to get. And yeah, they become high school biology teachers. I didn't want to say that, Dr. Anna, earlier, but yeah, that's like kind of a joke and it kind of feels bad. Um, is this light too bright? What's going on here? Maybe I need to chill out a little bit. That a little bit better? It was super bright. That might make the picture better. It's so grainy. Oh well, guys, it's a webcam. It's trying so hard to get my face. Riding out the hurricane. Oh yeah, where? Oh wow. Stay safe, MSD. I heard about the hurricane. There was a bunch of like MCAT tests, I think, this weekend, and they were thinking of rescheduling. Imagine all those poor people that were trying to take the MCAT and they might be rescheduled. And it was just uncertain. That would really suck. Poor, poor kids. Oh, I gotta make sure y'all can see my cup. Shoot. um, I know, seriously, we did a survey time. I served it twice in Azkaban. Just kidding. I don't know how many people will get that one. I'm trying to set up Blind Star. Zanib, how's it going? How are you doing, Zanib? What the heck? I'm trying to find. I'm sorry, guys. I have steak stuck in my teeth. I'm trying to find a coffee shop. So I'm meeting with one of you guys, one of my subscribers tomorrow, or I'm gonna try to set up a meeting for Monday with one of you guys to go over your application. They live close to me, so I'm trying to find the coffee shop that's close to me. I don't even remember the name. I'm not sure if it was a satellite or a flying star, which is pretty dang bad, but uh, I'm spacing. Like I don't get the map. I'm like looking at it, and I don't know why I can't think right now. Tucker, here we go. Satellite coffee. Yeah, okay, I found it. Let me see if he can make it. I think you should send a notification to all subscribers when you're live. Could help view count interaction. I don't know how to do that. Is there a way that I can do that, MSD? I thought like whenever I went live, like you guys just get it. That's what I imagined. I I don't know how to like send a notification. I don't think I do that. I think it just automatically does that. Like if you guys are on YouTube and then you'll see the like little red thing, but I don't think there's like a notification thing I can do. Abdullah, no question. Just saying what's up. What's going on, Abdullah? Thank you so much for being here, hanging out with me. Let me know if you have any questions. I got steak stuck in my teeth, so sorry. That's really bugging me, but I'll get it out later. I think you can send a notification through story or something like that. I can't, so I don't have access to stories yet, MSD. You don't get that until you're like at 10,000 subscribers or something. So I'm quite a ways away from that, so I can't do that yet. So, I mean, I thought, yeah, see, Moa said we get notifications. That's what I imagined, just because how would like everybody here show up really without actually being on YouTube already? I thought you guys got notifications. All right, guys. I really want to do Peds Heme Onc. Tell me what you guys think about that. Watch, I bet you this year you will be at 10K subs. You think so? I don't know. There's like a few videos that like take off for some reason, then some that don't. And I really have no idea why some do and some don't. Even like I see my analytics, I see like certain search terms that students watch, but then for some reason there's certain videos that YouTube just promotes. And the ones that YouTube promotes, I get tons of views, but if YouTube isn't promoting them, then I won't get like any views. I just get all you guys, my subs. So it's really difficult. So if you guys could like share with your friends or share like on other places for me, that would be awesome. I don't know. I don't know why YouTube just promotes certain videos and certain not. Yeah, PT Monk. Yeah. So I was thinking that, guys. So you guys are know I'm repeating my first year, and there's a lot of reasons. I had a person that I knew. Uh, they died due to cancer this year. He was pretty young, and just makes me want to kick cancer's ass, really. And yeah, it's kind of personal. That's probably why like I really just want to go for it right now. But it was pretty rough. I'm gonna turn on this light, see if that helps a little bit. Oh, whoa. All right, sorry if the lighting's a little harsh, guys, but the lighting might be a little harsh, but I kind of like that more than. Oh God. What if I like put it back this way? That's a little bit better. I think that, yeah, it's still pretty harsh, but it's all right. I feel like if it's behind me, yeah, there we go. I think that's better. I like how wide this camera is. So wide, I love it. Moving is not fun. Yeah, it's not fun at all, Misty. So I know moving kind of sucks. I completely agree. Music, iced coffee. Oh, show. Iced coffee. So I'm trying to really cut back on like sugar and like flavors that I add into my coffee. So I'm gonna buy some almond milk tomorrow, I think, and see if I can just like stick a little bit in my black coffee because I can't drink coffee black, but I also want to cut down on the sugar. So I've been kind of like weaning like blacker coffee with maybe some almond milk. It might help it not be so black, because I don't want it to stain my teeth. And look, guys, you can see the. Hold on. Look, you can see because I had ice in there. Look at the different layers. You can see how it just like splits right here. That's pretty dang cool. Bro, get the silk almond milk. Is it heaven? It's heavenly. Does it have a lot of sugar in it? Music? Silk almond milk. Let's see. I'll get the silk almond milk. All right, let's pull it up here. Silk almond milk. But there are different flavors. I usually get the unsweetened. Okay. Dark chocolate, vanilla, unsweet vanilla, organic, unsweet, light vanilla, light original. Oh, wow. Okay. Oat milk, silk protein. Got to pay that tuition soon. Oof. I think mine already went through, MSD. I'm pretty sure mine already went through because we start Monday. So yeah. I know. I think mine already went through, unfortunately. Which one is you said you like the um, unsweetened vanilla, or which one do you like the most, Music? Got to pay that tuition. Do you know anyone whose parents pay for their education? In my school, in my class, I don't. In my last class, I didn't know of anybody. In my current class, I don't know of anybody. I thought there were some people that I thought were gonna have their parents pay for it, but um, I ended up hearing that they were doing like loan for service, like they applied for loan for service. So that means they're not. That means they're gonna be like a doctor, or I mean, obviously gonna be a doctor. That they're gonna like pursue a primary care field and then pay the loans off by working in an underserved community, which I thought was very interesting, because I thought the person was they are from like a rich family, I would say, but it's really nice to see that like somebody that's higher up is pursuing primary care and decided to do loan for service. I don't know. That makes sense. I think it's kind of cool. Unsweetened vanilla. Let's see. Unsweet vanilla almond milk. You deserve with no added sugar. Let's see. Let's see. Benefits. Zero added sugar. Okay, I am gonna buy this tomorrow, Music. Unsweetened vanilla almond milk by Silk. And I'm gonna stick it in my coffee. So it better be good. Yeah, that is true, MSD. I think you're very sorry guys, my knee is hurting. I think you're true that Asian cultures are very value education very highly, and like I'm not saying that like Hispanics and other races don't, but so I recorded another video, guys, today, and I'm kind of like I already edited it, but I was looking back and it was kind of emotional, because a lot of people were saying that you only got into med school because you are Hispanic, and because my stats were pretty low compared to others. And I do see their points, like affirmative action and stuff like that. And I recorded the video already, but I don't know if I want to upload it, um, because yeah, like Asian cultures, white cultures, they value education highly, and other cultures, even though they do value it, there's stuff that are more important that trumps it. So um, I was kind of emotional when I recorded it, so I don't think I should upload it. We'll see. I'm gonna edit it a little bit more in the morning once I have like a fresher mind and cleaner mind, really, to see if it's something that I want to upload onto my channel. So yeah. Um, yeah, I really hope I like it too. Music. I'm excited for it because I've been wanting to try. I've been wanting to try that lately, so I'm excited. You need a diverse position group. You do, but some people really, really like they just focus on the stats so much. they value GPA and MCAT so highly, and they fail to see like the other life experiences. And I don't know, like obviously I'm gonna focus more on the other experiences just because I didn't have that high GPA and MCAT. So I don't know. Sonia Maris. Is your medical school pass or no? Or yes, it's a pass-fail school. You have to get over a 75 cumulative over the block to pass. They raised it like 2 or 3 years ago. It used to be 70, and they raised it up to 75 like 2 or 3 years ago. I don't know why the step scores didn't really improve that much with it, if at all. So it was what? Oh, you thought I was talking to myself? My sister thought I was talking to myself, guys. I do that when I study, so I guess it wouldn't be a surprise. What's the difference between DO and MD? I don't really know the difference, Moaz. I do know that the DO doctors take uh, like some additional training, I think, or take a different test. They do have to do all the steps just like MD schools, but they have to do like their own set of tests as well. I don't really know what the difference between a DO and an MD is. I never shadowed a DO, and I never applied to a DO school, so I can't really answer that question. Um, for some reason, there's a lot more respect for MDs versus DOs, which is, I think it's just because people don't understand that DOs and MDs basically do the same education. It's just DOs. I don't know if it's like a newer form of medicine that came after MDs, or there's just less schools, or I don't know what the train of thought is for not respecting DOs as much as an MD. MSD, diversity is important to start family wealth for those in disadvantaged communities. I totally agree, MSD. I was thinking that when I was recording the video earlier. I'm like, if like it's really hard for disadvantaged like and minorities to pursue these careers just because there's already so many other things they have to do and the barriers and challenges and yeah. Um, yeah, MSD, I know what you're saying with the disadvantaged community. I was thinking that too. I think it said like one first generation like higher education doesn't even have to be in medicine affects I think the next 3 generations all seem to pursue higher education after that. It's really interesting. Aishing, how do you feel about your new classmates? I haven't interacted too much with them yet, Aishing. I'm gonna start interacting more with them next week. I'm sure they're all gonna be really great. I'm really excited to meet more of them. I already have a few friends in this new class, so I mean, I'm excited just to make new friends. Is osteopathic science even legit though? I don't know, MSD. That's why I don't know. I don't know much about DO, so I can't really talk about it like to say that it's good or bad. Um, I don't know if it's legit. I mean, it must be right if they get licensed and everything. I'm not sure. It's important for economic diversity. Yes, agreed, MSD. Agreed. Uh, you don't think it's legit, but that's my opinion. Let's do a little bit of DO medical degree. I don't know too much about osteopathic medicine. Let's see. Let's take a look at Wikipedia. They learn, yeah, osteopathy. Okay. It's a professional doctorate degree, blah, 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 full scope, blah, 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 blah. They constitute 1% of physicians. Blah, 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 blah. Sorry, I don't think I'm in. Oh, well, I moved that screen, the incorrect screen. Let's see. Osteopathy, where'd my. There it is. Mm, Yeah, I see what you're saying, MSD. Like I said, I can't really say much about it, but yeah, it focuses on the osteon, the starting point from which was to ascertain the cause of pathologic conditions. And we know that it's not just the osteon that causes pathology now. So, yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure, like, what else is so special about it. Let's see. Which is sponsor, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I don't know. Not sure, MSD. Osteopathy seemed like something I knew a little, very little about, so that's why I did not pursue a career in as a DO. I don't know. Interesting. Interesting, Sonia. I didn't know that. Like, DO focuses on the whole body, but as an MD, you have to focus on the whole body too. So I don't really like. Yeah, I don't really agree with that either, Sonia, because you have to look at the body as a whole to see what is going on with the body and pathology. So I don't think that's. Yeah, I don't think that's accurate either. Yeah, I don't agree either. Well, anything to train more physicians, I'm good with. But they have to take like the steps just like we do, so I just don't know. It's probably the same once training is done. Yeah, I don't think like I've met a DO that practices differently versus an MD. But then again, I don't go to the doctor very often, and I'm at an MD school, so I don't really see a lot of DO doctors, physicians. So I don't know. If I do interact more with DOs, guys, maybe I can get you guys more information. Maybe I can like interview like a DO versus MD or something like that. That'd be pretty cool, and put it on the channel for you guys because I'm not sure either. Like actually interview a DO and then interview an MD and like maybe in the same room and see like what they come up with. That's different. All MD tens in. I didn't apply to any DO schools. I was going to apply to DO schools had I not gotten in this last time. Um, and I think I was gonna do like a post back. If I didn't get in this last year, I was gonna do a post back. Um, DO versus MD versus MP versus PA. You know, I have some PA friends. I don't have NP friends, and I don't have DO friends. But that would be an interesting. That'd be an interesting video. I could probably do that. DO versus MD versus NP versus PA. Hmm. Make a video on extracurricular activities if you haven't done so already. Um. Ooh, you got the job, dude, bro. You got the job. You got it. Tenzin, yes, I should make a video on my extracurriculars, just focus on that because I have a video on like how to get volunteer positions, blah blah. But I should do a specific to me extracurriculars. Duro, you got the job, bro. I knew it. I knew you'd get the job, man. Like you're amazing. I would see all your math boards just filled. I saw how you would play with the kids and dance with them. I knew you'd get that job, man. I'm not even like I'm very, very happy for you, but I'm not surprised you got it. That's so cool. Yeah, I know, that's what I'm saying. I would see, yeah, I know. How do you and Duro know each other? We know each other through YouTube, MSD. He was one of the first people subscribed to me, and probably the first person that ever commented on my videos. So that's how we know each other, just through YouTube. And then we became Instagram friends, and then we just know each other through that now. And he always shows up on my videos. That's how we know each other. Tenzin, that would be great. I'm applying next May, and my ACs are my biggest concern. So Tenzin, I was looking at my AMCAS application, guys, when I made the GPA MCAT video. I am like looking back, holy cow, my extracurriculars, I had hundreds of hours in every single like extracurricular that I placed. I had hundreds of hours. So it was really weird. It was uh it was a good reminder of like, yes, I do belong here, even though sometimes you have that imposter syndrome thing that you feel like you don't. So yeah. And it's weird. It's like we know each other in real life. Aaron is bro. Yeah, I know. Seriously, I know Duro. I feel like we do know it. I feel like we are friends, honestly. Hello, brother. How are you? Nice camera. Berat, how's it going? Thanks, man. You like the camera? It looks good. It's my new webcam. I don't know if you were here for the other live stream. I put it in the middle this time. I always had you guys like over here, and then I was gonna put you guys over in the corner, but I was like, I should just do a central view. You like it a lot? But a lot of people fudge numbers up on AMCAS. Do you think people like fake their numbers on AMCAS MSD? Because you have to put the contact info, so if it seems fishy, like they're probably gonna contact the person, right? It's great quality. Oh wow, that's awesome. That's good to know, but it's one of those like streamer webcams. That's probably why, like gaming webcams. Tenzin, good luck. Everybody wish Tenzin good luck on his MCAT studies. Good luck, Tenzin. We're all rooting for you, bro. You too have a very good night. Where's Anna? If she's there, tell her, hey. Nana, my friends say hi. Huh? Oh, one day when you're decent? Yeah. Okay, she says hi, guys. And one day that when she's decent, you guys will see her. She's in pajamas and just got out of the shower, so her hair is super poofy. Looks like a lion? Yeah, like a lion's mane? It looks like a lion's mane. We all have poofy hair, don't we, when we shower? Yeah. Oh, your stupid European heritage. Yeah. Inflate for sure. Yeah. I guess at some point hours really don't matter. Yeah, exactly. But MSC, that's what I'm thinking. Like, I wonder how much is inflated and then how much is like I wonder if they ever contact people, and then if people get caught for lying, that would be so embarrassing, and that would probably just like they would probably just like report you, right, and to kill your whole application. Oh, super poopy account with this guy. When you said GI sounds poopy, I'm still laughing. I can't. Yeah, GI does sound poopy. But I think the quality. So earlier I had the light here, like more in front of me, and it was making a super grainy picture. But now I put the light behind me, and it looks like the picture quality is a lot better. You're right, and it looks like my camera isn't struggling to like focus on my face as much either. Have you ever stayed up overnight studying? Dante, no, I haven't. You should not do that, Dante, because you really need to sleep to study, especially in medical school. Like medical school, you really need to rest and take care of yourself to maintain a high level of performance. Because if you're pulling all nighters, it's gonna be really hard. Like it's very, very important. Like in undergrad, you can pull it off. You can cram a night before a test and get an A. In med school, you cannot do that. You will get wrecked. I have done it in the past. I'm not saying I haven't, but I don't do it I don't do it often at all. I think this last year I probably did like once or twice during neuro block. Isaiah, can you do medical school with kids and a family? Yes, Isaiah. I knew in my last class, I knew a lot of classmates that had families. Some people were having newborns. Some of my classmates were getting pregnant. You can do it. It's going to be difficult. You have to organize and plan ahead, but they're doing it. You can do it too, Isaiah. Yes, you can do it with kids and a family. I feel like kids and a family, I think they all need to be on board with you. It's gonna be a really long road, but they're your family. They're gonna support you. So I think yes, it's 100% doable. Berat, I need better studying techniques. Have you already looked at my studying video, Berat? I feel like you probably have. Let me try to think of some studying techniques real quick, and then I will let you know in a little bit. Berat, let me simmer and boil some ideas real quick that are different than like what you hear everywhere. What's up, Brandon? Do you know if volunteer in private practice hospital would be bad for around? No, not at all, Alan. Any volunteering in any clinical setting is valid. It doesn't matter if it's private, public, free, whatever. Super expensive, it does not matter. It's just as good. Don't worry about that. Duro, I can't wait to start working because I got to teach math at the highest grade. I'm telling myself I matched into Gen Surge just to feel great. I matched into the Gen Surge version of teaching. Seriously, Duro, that's amazing, man. I'm so happy for you. It's really nice whenever you like apply for a job and then you get it and you want it so bad, and congratulations, man. That's so awesome. Salvador, what were your ECs? So my extracurricular, Salvador. So I did a lot of volunteering. So my volunteering was very, very weird, guys. So the clinic, I volunteered and shadowed and like had direct patient interaction. Um, I Oh yeah, did you just take it today, Berat? Did you take the MCAT today? Sorry, Salvador. I thought the MCAT was taken today. Um, so my extracurriculars at that clinic. So I was doing a research project, and my mentor knew I wanted to go to medical school. So she connected me with this clinic that was an underserved Spanish-speaking population, and I'm Mexican. The very first day, they didn't have enough interpreters, and the medical director asked if I could interpret for the residents, and I said sure. And after we spoke in Spanish with each other, she's like, "Okay, go in." And then ever since that day, I just went back every single Wednesday. Um, the like I would interpret. I did that for like about a year. I would interpret for the residents. I would always like take the vitals of the patients, call them back, and I just like kind of became part of the clinic flow like over a year. And then like once you're very comfortable in a place, you kind of like know how things work. And we always had a bunch of blood drawing stuff, um, but we would never draw blood. We would always send the patients out to the lab to get their like blood work done because it was an underserved clinic and there wasn't like a lot of resources. So what I did, I went one weekend and I got certified in phlebotomy. The next week I came with a certificate and they're like, okay, you can start drawing blood. So I was saving patients $5 if they needed blood work, plus the like traveling to like a different place to get their blood drawn, etc. It was super convenient for the patients. I saved them money. It was really good for my clinical experience. It was just an amazing experience, guys. And um, like I just did all of that stuff, and I did more. Like I would take out the trash if they needed it. I would clean, mop the clinic. I would stock stuff, like anything the clinic needed. I would do it, and it was just amazing. Like after a while, because I was there every single week, I had continuity of care with the patients. The attendings and residents would change, but I wouldn't. I'd be constant. So if there was complicated patients, I could fill in the residents or the attendings on those patients the following week if they were different, and what we were thinking last week and what the plan was in it. It was just really amazing, Salvador. That was one of them, and that is like literally the reason I probably got into med school, just because it was just an amazing experience. It is an amazing experience. All right, let's answer some more questions. Sorry guys, I got carried away with that story. I love that story. Balance of talent. Is it a good idea to go an undergrad for pre-med if it's just little indifferent? Going to a state school that still has a good reputation versus going to a grade deflating school, Schiller, UC Berkeley. So I'm not going to hide the fact, balance of talent, that if you do go to a better university, your chances of getting into medical school are better. Um, it sucks, but it's just the reality of how medical application processes work. If you can go into a good university, your chances of getting into a med school do go up. I'm not going to lie to you. Um, Obviously, you can get into med school if you don't go to that better university, if you perform well in your classes, have good ECs, etc. But yes, going to a better university is going to help your chances of getting into med school. MSD, going to miss that home food. Oh, I'm so sorry, MSD. I don't miss that. Because I'm still like in the same state, so I can still get all the food I love. Berat, how did it go, Berat? How did your MCAT go, man? You said you didn't feel so good. Nobody feels good after taking the MCAT. I felt bad both times, and I didn't do amazing both times, obviously. But um, we're all, yeah, like MSC said, it's natural. Uh, we're all praying for you, man. Alan, how many hours volunteering did you do, or how many would you recommend doing? I did. I think at that clinic when I applied, I had over like 450, I think is what I saw in my application. The other day when I was going through it, I didn't download it. I had about 450 just with that one. But I wouldn't recommend racking up volunteer hours for the number, Alan. You need to like volunteer in a place that you really are getting like good experience in. The volunteer hours don't really matter as long as you're getting good experience. I do believe that admissions like quality over quantity, and then like my experience was quality, and it was a lot of hours. So quantity in that sense, but not quantity in the sense that I did a lot of different things. Um, just enough hours that wherever you're volunteering, like if it's shadowing or something, that um, you. Sorry, guys, I lost my train of thought. Can you guys hear like the cicadas? Like, are they buzzing in your guys' ears and bothering you guys? Because I can close the window. Um, but yeah, I wouldn't recommend going just for a certain set of hours, Alan. Making sure that you do want to be a doctor and being able to portray that in your interview and your personal statement, um, based on the experience that you had. Duro, I wish I could get volunteer in a clinic or a hospital if they don't have those privileges here in Jamaica. Dang, that's crazy, Duro. I'm so sorry. Salvador, bro, your EC sound better than mine. Yeah, my extracurriculars, kind of answering Stephanie Martinez's question. Um, RSCHD, thanks for checking in, man. Thank you so much for being here. Sorry, I'm trying to like answer a bunch of questions all at once. Um, yeah, my extracurriculars are what got me into med school, Stephanie. That's what made me stand out during the admission process. I think that despite my lower GPA and MCAT, that because of my extracurriculars, along with like my life experiences, are what stood out to admissions. And then when I went for my interview, I really latched onto those, and they loved it. They loved my experiences. They loved what I have done for my community, the leadership experiences that I've done, the change I've made. So I think that's what made me stand out versus pre-meds that were just like, I don't know, that just didn't do that. They did the general full pre-med route. They were a scribe. They, I don't know, worked in a hospital as a patient care technician, something like that. I think that's what made me stand out, Stephanie. Then my attention focus gave out after 4.5 hours. Oh man, I'm sorry, but yeah, it's difficult. I would always crash like during cars, I feel, because you do the two science sections in the morning, right? And then you do cars and then the psych soc, or was it like chemistry, cars, biochem, psych soc? I don't remember how it was, but during the third section, like midway is when I felt like I would always um I'm so sorry, Stephanie. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean it like that. I'm just saying like a lot of students do that, Stephanie. And what I'm saying is that that's why I stood out, because I didn't do those things. I did other things that were really amazing. I'm not like putting down any scraps or anything, Stephanie. I'm so sorry. Uh, I really, really am not sorry. Are you a day student? What does that mean, MSD? Can med school be done like part-time? Does it have to be full-time? It has to be full-time, Duro. You cannot do med school part-time. It is your life. It owns you. You cannot do it part-time. Did you eat out a lot first? You're worried about losing track on health? MSD, I started meal prepping really good when med school started. And then, oh, oh God, I'm embarrassed, Stephanie. I'm sorry. Um, yeah, MSc. I started meal prepping really well at the beginning of med school, and then it just fell to shit as the blocks got harder. Try your best, man. Like if you can meal prep, try doing that. Try making big batches of food like at home, and then just try. I can't really like give you advice on that because yes, um, I was eating out. I feel like for dinner, I was eating a lot with my girlfriend, but like for breakfast and lunch, I was always eating at home, so it wasn't as bad. So yes, it's difficult. Yes, I did eat out a lot. I'm gonna try better this year. So I don't know. If you have advice, tell me how you do it better, and we'll help each other out, man. I want to be a translator at a low-income clinic, but my Spanish isn't good. I understand Spanish completely, but responding my own Spanish is a little rough. Should I learn Spanish words for human anatomy? Um, yes, Salvador. So those were like carry around a little. One second, Salvador. I think I have it up here. So even though I feel completely like proficient and very good at Spanish, Salvador, um, I still carried a medical English Spanish dictionary with me because there were certain words that I would get tripped up on, and I wanted this for quick reference. Um, I would tell the people that I would like go on, and I would make sure that I gave them the right word because I don't you shouldn't say a word if you don't believe it's the actual word. So I did that a lot. I carried this, and even like super fluent, I still had trouble sometimes. So don't worry about that. But yes, you should. All right, let me go up a little bit. I'm sorry, I missed some questions. I'm so sorry, Stephanie. Oh God, I'm so sorry. Cars was second. Yeah. Um, I'm so sorry, guys. I'm laughing because I'm working. I just got accepted to Describe America. Oh God, I feel like I just shot myself in the foot, guys. I'm so sorry. Scribing is really, really good experience. I'm not saying it's not. I'm just saying a lot of pre-med students do it. That's what I'm saying, and that's why I stood out because I didn't do that and I did something different because my GPA and MCAT weren't good. That's why I think I had to do something different. So sorry, guys. I love you guys. Alan, right now I'm volunteering at a cardio department. I love it, but I want to expand my IC, so I don't know what next thing would be a good experience. Mm, let's see. EC department. I think med schools really like the low income, underserved populations, Alan, because it shows a bit of like what is it like selflessness, I guess. Um, so sorry, Stephanie and Blue Q. Oh God. Um, So that's what I would kind of look for, Alan. See if you can do some like maybe like a low income clinic, a homeless shelter. It really puts you out of your comfort zone going to those places, I think sometimes. Research would be amazing, Alan. Research would be a really good addition. If you can get research, I would do that. And maybe not like expand your ECs, just keep going to the cardio department, get good research, and I think that'd be good. Do you believe admissions should consider, for example, 3.5 at Berkeley or UCLA be at the same level of a 3.9 at a smaller art school? Because I don't think I know many people from Berkeley whose GPA is low. Yeah, I know what you're saying, Balance. Let me think. For example, 3.5 at Berkeley or UCLA be at the same level of 3.9 at a small liberal art school. I know so that's what I said earlier. Like a 3.5 at Berkeley or UCLA Like if I was in AdCom and I saw that from Berkeley or UCLA versus a smaller liberal arts college 3.9, like yeah, it's higher, but it's Berkeley and UCLA. Even though we want to say like they were equal, we both know they're not. And as an AdCom, I'd be like, well, this kid got into a super competitive university, so I would give that weight. Even if it was subconsciously, I would give it weight. Um, so yeah, take that how you will. Duro, I'll do well in car section. I saw that stuff. I try hard, so I haven't had much exposure. Um, yeah, psych soc. Basically, I just use Kaplan and I improve my score by like I think 2 points. You guys saw on my score the other day, by 2 or 3, just doing that without like any focused psych soc studying. I'm gonna take batches of of home food. Yeah, do that MSC and then just freeze it. If you like a freezer, freeze it. Nice, Mohammed. Starting in my anesthesia tech job and already built a great relationship with the doctor. He's already offered me a letter of rec. That's amazing. He offered Mohammed, take that, work hard for him, and work hard for him or her, and they are gonna make you an amazing letter of rec. Stephanie, I'm sorry. I still feel so bad. I'm never gonna stop feeling bad. Salvador, I have 2 years left to build my application. All I'm missing is some meaningful ECs all the way to work in some asphalt construction. I guess that's required. Yes, Salvador, put it. It might not be like your most meaningful extracurricular, but put it as something you did because it is different than what other people do. Okay, don't think that those jobs are not important. They're super, super important. What the heck are you saying, Duro? Mohammed, that's why it's just pharmacy tech and anesthesia tech for EC and public health majors just to stand out and be different. Yeah, I think it's really important to stand out and be different than what a lot of pre-meds do, especially nowadays because there's so many applications. Imagine you're in AdCom and you start seeing the same exact thing over and over. Like the moment you see something different, you're gonna like pay attention to it, right? Um, that's why it's very important to do something different. Oh, I see. Balance of talent. So at my school, so some of the salud. I would say some of the like super high performing, okay, I would say one super high performing med student that I know. So during school in classes, he would just focus on school balance. And then during the summer, he would do like crazy amount of shadowing hours. And that's kind of how he did it. And he is an amazing student. He is that straight A gunner, gonna go into surgery student. Um, so I don't know either. I mean, we can't make that decision for you. It all has to be from what you think is correct. Mohammed, many more expertise. Yeah, it's okay. Don't worry. I'm worrying, Stephanie. I'm so sorry. Oh gosh, I'm so. Do you know any cocky pre-meds that failed? Yes, I do know a lot actually. So MSc, I said that I stood out for admissions by not being something that everybody does, like a scribe. And it turns out that Stephanie and Blue Q here are scribes. So I felt really bad. It's not what I meant though. I just meant that I just had to stand out because of my GPA and MCAT were not as great. Um, so yeah, I feel really bad now. So sorry. RS. I'm just gonna call you RS. You're the only one like that. Currently living and studying in Europe. Would it matter if I learn Spanish versus Latin American Spanish if I plan to work in the US? No way. No, not at all. RS. Any Spanish is amazing. There's multiple dialects of Spanish and multiple Hispanics in the United States. So any Spanish you learn is going to be really good to come practice in the United States. Would 2 years of college baseball make any difference? I think you should definitely put it, Ellen. I think that's interesting. Um, Student athlete or whatever. I think that would be interesting. I'd be interested in that as an outcome. Not a. I don't mean this question in any bad way, but do you think that more like West states like Utah, Arizona, etc., that is easier to get into med school there? So possibly Nora, except um, maybe not because there's so many students applying and so many students still don't get in. And I'm not like the best I wasn't the best applicant, like I said, but I knew of a lot of really good applicants that applied to like Arizona and Texas schools and didn't get in. Um, so I don't think so. I think there's just so many applicants that it's hard to get in anywhere. Um, yeah, I think it's just hard to get in anywhere because people apply to 14, 15. I applied to 14 schools everywhere, Nora, across the whole United States, not just in the West. I know what you're saying, but I don't think that's really the case just because of the volume of applicants that there is every single year. Zanib, how's the weather where you are? It's kind of rainy, kind of cloudy. It's really nice. It's really hot, actually. It's been really hot days. Um, so it's all right though. I can't complain. It's not like terrible weather. It's not like MSD where a hurricane is hitting him. Stephanie, I think my biggest struggle would be differencing myself from other pre-meds. Like, what makes me different in maintaining positivity? How do you maintain the positive vibes? I try really hard, Stephanie. It's not always easy, but I think you really, really, really need to not compare yourself to other people. I think that's like the death of so many of us, and like the anxiety, what causes anxiety and fear. We compare ourselves with each other, and our whole life has been completely different than every single person that's applying. Um, but we're just so caught up on comparing ourselves to others, and that really hurts us. So know where you're at. Be realistic about where you're at. Um, be realistic with your expectations, but keep moving forward. Like there's no point in stressing yourself over the past. You can't change it anymore. Like if you can't change it anymore, then there was a thing I think a while ago which you actually reminded me of. So it's two things. If you're like thinking or stressing or complaining about something, there's two things you can do. You can do something about it, or you can shut up about it. So just do one of those two things and just keep moving forward. That's my advice on maintaining positive vibes. Balance of talent, pharmacy tech. I think Geraldo kind of. Okay, Geraldo kind of answered a little bit. Pharmacy tech, I think you could put it on your med school application. Um, they're gonna ask you like, did you want to go to pharmacy school? And then if your answer is no, then they're gonna ask you why did you get that job then? And but I think a lot of med schools know that you have to work, to put food in your mouth, and you could say that it was like the most medically close job that you could get at the time, and that you had to pay bills and feed yourself and stuff. And I think that's a pretty valid thing. I wouldn't bring up that I want to be like a pharmacist or anything, but I do think that it would be something you could put on your application. Um, but I do think it would be kind of relevant because you are learning about medication. So I disagree a little bit with Geraldo. I do think it would be relevant just because you're learning about the drugs, not necessarily like as a med school patient interaction experience kind of thing. Do really speak Spanish. I want to learn French but couldn't. French and Spanish are very similar. I learned that when I started taking French. I picked it up very fast because it was very similar to Spanish. Do well. MSD, Stephanie, just be yourself and you'll be fine. That's my opinion. I agree, MSD. All US MD schools are good as hell. Yeah. Kind of talked about what Geraldo said about Farm said. How's it going, Geraldo? Thanks for being here, man. Do you think DO is cheaper than MD or are their tuition the same? I don't know. I don't know, Duro. I don't know if they're the same tuition. I think every school is different tuition, so I'm sure there's some more expensive DO schools than MD schools. I love your inspiration to pre-meds, especially Hispanic pre-meds. I'm very glad to hear that. I mean, sometimes I do wish I looked a little bit browner because, yeah, I look very white with my green eyes and white skin, guys, but I am very Mexican. Do you think 2.5 years of undergrad is too little? Like to graduate in 2.5 years, Nora? Is that what you're talking about? Would you rather never be able to cut your hair again or never be able to cut your nails again? I'd rather never be able to cut my hair again. I would not. deal well with super long nails. That's nasty. That's a funny question though. How many school did you get interviews from by Kurash? I got 2 interviews, Kurash, UNM, my state school, and then Minnesota. I got an interview at Minnesota. It was really fun because it was like the multiple minute interview. It was really fun. Yes, if you volunteered or shadowed before college, you should definitely put those balance of talent. My first application cycle, I think I put like my when I did sports in high school, and then like the second application cycle, I just didn't feel like it was relevant enough, so I left them off. But yeah, volunteering, clinical stuff, like I don't know actually, because I did a blood bank, like a blood drive when I was in high school, and I don't know if I put that on my the second time I applied. But like shadowing volunteering, you should put, I think. If it was like, if it was substantial, if it was like one time, like for 5 hours, I probably wouldn't put it if you did it in high school. Striving for good mental health my first year, you definitely need to, MSD, you have to do that. You have to take care of yourself. And yes, I think that is a really good idea. Sanib, if not medicine, what other career would you be interested in? I have no other interest, Zanib. Um, I guess I like computer science, media, now that I'm doing YouTube, but that didn't start. I didn't start that until I started in med school. Like I said, I would start my YouTube channel if I got into med school, so I would have never really known about this. But there has never been a other or a plan B, honestly, Zanib. So I don't know. Oh my gosh, somebody asked me for study tips. Who asked me for study tips? So sorry, are you still here? Whoever asked me for study tips? I'm so sorry, man. I totally forgot. There's so many questions. Blah, blah, blah. Let's see. So many questions. I have severe anxiety, bro. I keep feeling like I'm racing this time. I'm 19. I feel like I'm getting old. I know, Duro. You need to really, really chill out. I feel like a lot of us felt like that whenever we were younger. And like this, like having to repeat my first year is making me really understand that we're in a rush for no reason. There's so much time. Um, you're 19, dude. You have so much time. Chill, relax, take one day at a time, but keep moving towards your goals every single day. And then sometimes you just have to like take jumps and leaps. I know it's all right, dude. You're very young, man. You're very young still. Yeah, NORAD, DO, and MD schools are the same. Do not be like that at all, Duro. You're not running out of time, man. Would shadowing and NP be a bad look on your application? 27. All right, guys, I'm trying to. All right, Stephanie, thank you for being here. Thank you so much. I'm so sorry. Go scribe, be amazing. You learned so much of the scribe. So I had a classmates that were PAs and they did scribes and they were amazing. Whenever they were in med school, they would kill all the med students on the note writing, like the soap notes. They wrecked all of us. So it's really good experience. So thank you for being here. Shadowing and NPB a bad look on your application? I don't think so, Alan. But again, you should probably try to get an MD. Try to talk about patient experiences versus shadowing an NP because you want to be an NP. My biggest fear, Zanib. Oof. What's my biggest fear? Yeah, that's a good idea. What Nora said about the NP. Sorry, Zanib. My biggest fear. I don't know what my biggest fear is. I guess honestly, I'm not really scared of failure. I'm scared of quitting, like getting to a point and then just quitting. I feel like that's a bigger fear than failing. I'm okay with failing and learning and moving forward, but like just quitting something that I really wanted to do for my whole entire life, I think that's what's really scary to me, Zanib. Which time period would you want to live in? Oh man, I wish I could be like a prohibition era. I'd be a moonshine runner, Zanib. I'd be a gangster moonshine runner. Just kidding. I would go back into like time and then be like, yo guys, I think washing our hands is a really good idea for medicine. What do you guys think? And then do some studies and then become famous forever. Thank you, Semmelweis, by the way. If you guys know who Semmelweis is, give me a like. I've read an article with the basics of an application. Okay, balance. Expand. Geraldo, good point. I like that you spun to tease out things that can appeal to medical schools. Yeah, I think that's what you got to do with your experiences, guys. You guys really have to like just show why your experience is relevant to you becoming a physician. 27, just figured out what I want to do medicine. Who's the old one now? I have a classmate that is 41, Geraldo. I have another classmate. I think she's in her 40s as well. I didn't get her age, but the guy asked, he is 41. So you're way early, my man. Same tuition. Duro and Dio are mostly private, so maybe more. Oh yeah, Duro, I think you asked me about like the prices earlier. Like if you moved into state, you would have to pay out of state tuition unless you lived here for a certain amount of time to establish residency in the state, which I don't know what that is. Nora, 2.5 years BS in biology. That's crazy, Nora. I hope you got amazing grades. Um, so I think if you did really good in your courses, I think that would look really good if you graduated in 2.5 years and you had really good grades. Uh, I don't know. I would be interested to see what like med school admissions think. If you have, maybe you might have to like take a gap year or two to do like extracurriculars and volunteering, because that is really quick. Um, but that would be cool if you got in. Stephanie, don't worry about asking me a million questions. I owe you a million questions. I don't hate you. Master's degree versus a master's certificate. So what I think of master's, guys, it might not be correct, but you guys should only do a master's degree or certificate if it is something you are going to use later as a physician or like like a public health, right? Like you're interested in primary care and prevention, like that's a good master's degree to get, right? If you got a master's degree in, I don't know, sewing, or I don't know what other master's degrees there are really, like, is it going to be relevant to your future as a physician? Is it going to make you better? And I think that's any master's like degree or certificate. You have to explain why you pursued that master's certificate or degree and how it's going to make you a better physician and how you're going to use it in the future as a physician. That's what I think about masters in anything. Bounced out 100 clinical volunteering, 50 shouting, 100 non-clinical. What do you do for non-clinical, and how do all these pre-med differentiate themselves with the standard? Do they put in more hours, etc.? I think that um, the non-clinical portion balance is a really good opportunity to do something that's different than like what other people. It kind of shows you like what are your interests outside of medicine. That's like what are your other interests outside of medicine, and where would you like to volunteer your time if it's not in medicine? Kind of in a sense like that. For non-clinical, I don't think I had any non-clinical volunteer hours on my application balance. That was according to some med blog. Oh, they're telling you that's how much you should have in volunteering. Thanks for hyping me up. You're welcome, Stephanie. It's true. Like I'm not lying at all, Stephanie. Like they killed all the med students. Most PA students killed first year med students just because they have so much clinical experience versus us. Um, whoa. Sunny, do you think that dentistry is worth the cost? In Canada, the cost of well over. Holy cow, that's crazy. If you want to be a dentist, it's well worth the cost. If you're doing it for money, then probably not. Sorry, trying to catch up with the questions. Balance, was that for the that blog? Uh, what is it like? Recommended those hours for each of those ECs or what? I answered the needs dentistry question. Do you ever think Caribbean med school? So why didn't you go on? What are your thoughts about it? What did you feel the time to make sure you could get into a USMD? So balance, I would never consider Caribbean med school. I was considering doing a post bac or a master's in public health had I not gotten in. My gap year, I worked as a community health worker in our local hospital at UNMH as a pediatric community health worker in the emergency department. That was an amazing experience as well. It was a paid job. I got to interact with kids and moms and stressed out parents in an ER. I helped them get utilities, food, housing, transportation. I helped them get into schools. I made doctor's appointments for them. I did whatever they needed. I was like a non-licensed social worker, basically. It was amazing. That's another reason I got to med school. That was an amazing experience. That was completely different. It was a pilot program, paid by Medicaid and Medicare, and that's what I did in my gap year. Yeah, I love my extracurricular experiences, guys. I love talking about them. That's why I got into med school, guys. I want that to be pretty clear. Duro, I know what you mean, guys. I'm not running out of time, but when this anxiety keeps me feel messed up too. But people like you help me a lot. I know, Duro. I know. Like, it's really easy for me to say, just chill out and stop being anxious. But really think of how far you've come now as a person, like where you are now. You're working toward your goals, you're making those steps every single day, and that's what's important in this career. You don't need to be a doctor by 24. Like, I'm going to be a doctor, what, at 28, I guess? Still pretty young. But there's people that have done it at much older ages. Just namaste or whatever the word is. Just chill. All right, Duro, I feel the same sometimes, and I'm 17, but I've gotten better. Stress is not a good thing. Calmness is key. Yeah, just analyze the situation, guys. Like, analyze, reflect, make a plan, move forward. Duro, I prefer to watch you than people like Dark Mike because they show the shiny stuff, but you show us the good, the bad, and the ugly. You are true inspiration, bro. Yeah, I think I show you guys a lot of the bad and the ugly. Thanks, Duro. Thank you, man. All right. Don't worry, you'll be okay. I agree with Zanib to you, ES. All right. Balance of time. Yeah, those were the recommended hours. Like I said, balance. Sorry guys, I'm like falling behind the questions. Um, I don't care about hours. I care about meaningful experiences. I feel like that's what admissions committees are gonna care about too. Um, Called clinical sense that gives me model cases and I use it like I feel like I'm on it. That's really cool, Drew. Maybe I'll look into it, model cases. But yeah, don't I know, like you guys are watching me and taking advice from me, but like if people say like set in stone like hours, I definitely don't think of that. I believe that if you have a meaningful experience and you learned that it's gonna help you be a physician or why you want to be a doctor, then that's what matters. It doesn't matter the amount of hours you do in there. What astrological sign are you? I'm a Capricorn, Stephanie. All right, I had to get rid of some people. I'm a Capricorn, Stephanie. Probably it will probably denature more like primary structural level if they were really driven to gravity. Duro, thanks, Anib. Yeah. See, just I love it whenever you guys support each other on my channel. Like that's the kind of stuff I want to see on my channel, not negativity. You guys are awesome to each other. I really, really appreciate that. Maybe as actor Otravan, eyes are losing touch of that is what he means is fall off, pop off. Not sure when I'm starting med school, to be honest. It's all right, Duro. You'll get there when you get there. Like I said, keep moving forward, keep researching, keep fighting for it every single day. Just don't stop doing it. And you will get there, man. And whenever you get in, we're all gonna be. I'm gonna be so excited, man. I hope I am one of the first people you tell whenever you do get into med school. I'm gonna be so excited for you, man. And then whenever you're a doctor, you can come chill in the States with me, or I'll go over to Jamaica. Oh man, we'll have fun together. It's coming. Just it takes time, man. It takes time. No, no, please take care of you. This. Oh yeah, I already blocked him. Nora, sorry about that. Yeah, I saw his other messages, so I just blocked him. It's called Clinical Sense. I'll check it out. I will check it out, Duro. Balance of talent. So I'm about to enter college, and I'm just really anxious about med school and the process because I already feel behind planning and connection with shadowing. Um, Run your own race balance. I think in college you really need to start. You need to, like, if you're just starting college, make sure you do well in your pre-med courses. That comes above all. Don't do what I did. Really, really give it your all in those courses. Get A's in those courses, and then like everything else will fall into place. Do your volunteering, extracurriculars in whatever feels right, wherever place feels right for you, and it will fall together. Just like I was telling you, little by little. Um, Work on ECs, find a place you really like to volunteer and shadow, find mentors. If you can do research, like little by little. Um, Baby steps, balance. Don't get overwhelmed, especially so early on into college, okay? And I think you'll be fine. I know this whole career path is very, it really does cause a lot of anxiety. It really sucks because it is very difficult to get in. Um, but we all like I really believe that everybody here is rooting for everybody here. Um, there's a lot of people that like to throw shade on people. Like I was getting a lot of hate actually on that GPA and MCAT reveal video just because my stats were so low, and I get it. Like some people don't get in with higher stats, but that's only part of the story. And yes, I feel bad, but at the same time, I don't because I've worked really hard to get where I am, and admissions thought that I was going to be a better uh, med student that year than that person if they applied at the same time. And I'm really sorry, but like there's a lot of students applying to med school nowadays, and we can't all get in. There's not enough spots. I wish there was, guys. Duro, that would be lit, bro. That would be really fun. Clinical Senses and Android app. One day, Duro, we're gonna make a YouTube video together. That would be awesome. Nora, I pray that just like you have helped so many other spirits, that people want to also hook you up in only success in your future endeavors, doc. Yeah, I don't know. I just think it's really important to share the failures more than successes just because, just like you guys, I've been watching YouTube for a really long time. I see a lot of messages just succeeding and making amazing videos and showing you guys amazing things. And my videos aren't amazing quality. I don't show you guys pretty stuff all the time. I feel like I show you guys a lot more bad stuff than good stuff. But I show you guys what's actually going on. And I'm not hiding stuff from you guys. So it's difficult sometimes. It makes me feel inadequate sometimes, but I'm doing it for all the people that felt inadequate before, like I used to feel. Duro, I'm going to do a master's as an investment. As with master's, I can be college professor and get more money to save up to get into med school quicker. That's a good idea, Duro. Exactly. Like those are things that you guys really need. No, don't do that, Duro. Don't argue with anyone. It's not worth it, really. Like they have their train of thought, and it's okay. Like I get where they're coming from. Um, but it's all right. You don't have to like fight with them. Stephanie, well, thank goodness you worked hard. People need to start supporting each other. Yeah, I feel pre-med culture is very cutthroat, Stephanie. I don't get why people are so toxic to each other. That's kind of what I was saying earlier. People get so caught up on numbers and stats, and they don't look at the big picture. They don't like looking at everything else. Um, because some people just like to work with numbers and stats because it's something they can achieve and work towards and be really good at. So I think that's part of like the pre-med thing. And then I don't know, just looking back at it now, like I'm in a different place. I have a different perspective, I guess. So it's all right. I'm not like too bothered by it. For some reason, from my little experience and reason, I feel like the admission process is somewhat messed up and not complete enough. But they maybe because no, you are correct, balance. Um, you are 100% correct. The admissions process is crazy. It doesn't make sense. Um, and yes, it's humans. Like we humans don't make sense. It's really difficult. You don't think it's not because of your inexperience. That's how it is. Balance. It's a flawed system. Um, but that's because there's so many applicants. You also do not want certain people to get in. Like the person might have amazing GPA and MCAT, but they might be a really terrible person. And honestly, you don't want them to be physicians, even if they have amazing GPAs and MCATs, right? So that's part of the process. And unfortunately, every single year, thousands of really good applicants get rejected, and it's just because there's not enough spots. That's the reality of pursuing medical school. Like that's a reality. Endless. Hola, Aaron. How's everything going? What specialty do you want to pursue? I'm thinking peds hemonc. Endless. What do you think about that? Pediatric hematology oncology. Alan, I have 1 to 1.5 years left of undergrad. I feel like I don't have enough things for my application. I only have like volunteering hours. I went to some conference in my hometown medical school. Put those conferences. If you need a gap year to enrich your application, then by all means take it, Alan. Um, yeah, like if you feel like you need that, then take it. I didn't feel like I needed it, but but my GPA and MCAT weren't up to par the first year, so they made me basically take the gap year, which was really good in the end. And then I further enriched my application with the job position I got. So on your own time, if you feel like you have to take that gap year to enrich your application, then do it, Alan. Um, Apply whenever you feel comfortable and ready for med school, and uh, if they offer, like if you do get rejected, when I got rejected, the school offered a post interview, like an exit interview, to kind of tell you like what you should do and improve. And it was my GPA and MCAT for me, obviously. But they said my extracurriculars were amazing, blah blah, all that stuff. So anything extra I did for the following year, I think that's why I got in, because I did what they asked me to do. I improved my GPA and MCAT, even if it was a little bit. I did improve them, and I improved my extracurriculars when I got into this med school. So um, they also take a look at that. I'm getting a master's scholarship like 80% because there are not enough math professors in Jamaica. Dang, that's awesome, Duro. 80%. Yeah, definitely take the opportunity. Save us some money. Come to med school, bro. Oh, balance. I don't know. I don't know if that would be a good idea or um, yeah, I'm not sure, balance. Uh, that's risky, I think. Retaking an MCAT within a couple of months just to try and improve a couple points, I feel like that's very risky. Most med schools take your most recent score. I wouldn't say highest score. Most med schools say they take your highest score, but I would feel like med schools would take your most recent score. Um, and then, yeah, it sounds like not, it just doesn't sound like a good idea to take them so quick together, balance. I think if you don't have a score that you're comfortable with, I think you should take more time, really study for the MCAT, do well, and apply the following year. Because if you take it within a couple months and you drop points, that is not going to look good at all on your application. So I wouldn't take that chance. Personally, I wouldn't take the chance. Stephanie, I've noticed that in my university, everyone likes bringing others down, treat others like this competition. I get that we're going to be first spot, but the hostility of others isn't real. Yeah, Stephanie, that's kind of like pre-med culture, and I don't get it. I think that once you get into med school, it changes a little bit if your school is pass, fail, or whatever, like credit, no credit. Um, I don't know why pre-med culture is like that. I think these shows and other things that we watch blow it out of proportion, and it's actually not the case that your light doesn't shine brighter when you dim others' lights. You guys get what I'm saying? So I don't know why pre-meds are so savage, but I remember being there. But I was never pre-med that was like trying to put others down or at all. That's why I hated going on Student Doctor Network, just because that forum was pretty toxic, quite honestly. Duro, given that I already have my bachelor's degree, I would only have to do the MCAT alone, or would I have to do any other stuff? As long as you have the pre-med requisites, Duro, I think you should be okay. Um, yeah, I don't know. Like, are you trying to come to like med schools here in the United States or in Jamaica or Canada or wherever? I would call like med schools and see if they accept your courses at your other university as good pre-med prereqs. Um, yeah, I think that all you would have to do is take the MCAT if they accepted your prereqs from your current university. RS, Peds Onco Hematology. Yeah. You're welcome, Alan. Thanks for asking the question. OMG, setting yourself. Oh, you're talking about the heartbreak for Peds Hemonc. Yes, setting up myself for heartbreak, but also being the person that's there with the families in the worst of moments. And I don't know, just being the doctor that's there, right? I had an experience with cancer this last year too, and it just really, uh, the residents and the attendings that I interacted with while the whole ordeal was going were amazing. The nurses were amazing. And even if you lose a bite, if you're the person that's there with the family, fighting until the very end, I think it's a super special, it's a special place. Any doctor's special, but I think that really touched my heart. Alan, I've noticed that in my school too. Yeah, I remember there were certain pre-meds in my classes too that were like, oh my gosh, what the heck? They're so rude. 48 days to increase my MCAT points, 9 points. Do you think I can do it? I'm scared, super scared. Why 9 points and why 48 days, Nora? And how do you know it's 9 points exactly? Dude, I only did math, hardcore math only. I didn't do like chem and that stuff. You should definitely take those courses before you take the MCAT Duro, just so you get a good understanding of those. I think most pre-med prereqs do a good job of preparing you for the MCAT in that sense if you take the course. Oh, all the time, balance. Every single day in med school that I was studying, I felt like that. I guess I wouldn't say every day, but a lot of days. Like you're just like, why am I doing this every day? Like you get up, study, go to class, study, eat, study, go to sleep, and you do that for weeks on end. It happens all the time, but I think like the volunteering, going to clinic really helps with those things. Like making you remember why you did that, why you're torturing yourself with that. Yeah, like I said, Duro, I would really, um, I would take those courses before you even consider taking the MCAT. Honestly, man. Good night. What leadership roles did you do as an undergrad? I talked earlier about my leadership role at the clinic where I volunteered endless. I talked about it for like 10 minutes because I love talking about it. Um, I went to University of New Mexico for undergrad balance. That's where I went at med school as well. And basically, my leadership role was like in a clinic setting, being like doing anything and whatever the clinic needed and doing it for a really long time. And that was basically my leadership role and extracurricular shadowing, volunteering, community impact, community service, everything experience. It was an amazing experience being at that clinic endless. You should look for it somewhere in this live stream. I don't know where I put it. Maybe go back where I'm talking about. I think somebody asked me what my extracurriculars were. I think Salvador or yeah, Salvador asked me what my ECs were. If you go back to his question, I answer it a little bit later and then um, I talk about it for like 10 minutes. Will you be having these weekly live chats more? I need them. I actually do these live streams quite often, Stephanie. Um, I really like having these live chats because I get to talk with you guys directly. And I might not, this is a really long one. Once med school starts, I'm going to try and like maybe make a schedule so that you guys know when I'm gonna go live. I hate the idea of a schedule because it kind of ties me to like if I don't want to do it, but also you guys know when I'm gonna come on, and maybe more of you guys will come on, and they won't be this long. Once school starts, I'm really gonna just like tone down a little bit of YouTube and everything, of course. But yes, I do live chats. I've done live chats quite often actually. Yes, that's a thing, Duro. Yeah, that's the thing. Like every university has like biology, chemistry, those courses. Um, yeah, some courses will like require you to take like prereqs to take like the higher courses. But most of the time, if you tell the professor like, "Hey, I did this, blah blah," they usually override and you can take the course. No, that's the case with the entire rest of the world, but the U.S. because we wild. What are we wild about, Nora? Oh, so expensive. Yeah, it's not expensive here though. My school's like $3 million per year. Holy cow, that's crazy. We don't have the MCAT here in Jamaica. You got med school straight out of high school, but I won't study here. Oh, I see. Duro. Yeah, it's just a different system. Stephanie, sorry, I didn't know. Let's see. Yeah, it's okay, Stephanie. Balance. I'm not sure if I want to be a doctor or highly invested in the field. I'm held back by schooling, time study. What would I have to say about that? Is it just a matter of wanting that bad? It really is balance. It's a matter of wanting to be a doctor that bad. It's an amazing profession. You got to take care of people. People tell you their most vulnerable things. You're helping them. You're learning science. You're top 1% educated person in the world. It's amazing. It's just amazing. To me, it's just amazing. This is my last one about the Air Force. So, Stephanie, so whenever I interviewed at Minnesota, the tuition at Minnesota School of Medicine was like 55,000 a year just in tuition. So if I had gotten into Minnesota and not here at my state school, I would have done I would have gone to the military to get my full tuition. I would have applied for the HSPS scholarship. I would have done military service so I wouldn't have the nasty debt at the end. Because my tuition here at this school is 20,000 a year, not 55,000 a year. I decided I'll just take the student loans and pay it back later. But I think it would have been well worth it if the school I went to was going to be very expensive to me personally. And if serving is also something you feel like you have the following for, the passion or desire to do, then yes, you should do it. Um, I think you also want to like do military service and not just do it because you're gonna get free schooling. Honestly, no, I'm asking this for fun. Team Dr. Mike or Dr. Parker? Dr. Mike or Team Dr. Parker? What do you guys think? Team Dr. Buck, he's a man. He's like the medical father to me. Stephanie, yeah, you're welcome, Stephanie. Thanks for asking the questions. Uh, I apologize for earlier. If you have any questions, let me know. Thanks for being here. I might go for another 17 minutes, guys. I might just make this a 2-hour live stream because why not? And you guys have been asking me a lot of good questions, so I'm here for it. What's up, Francis? How's it going? I don't know which one's easier, Duro. I didn't do either, so it's 12 where you're at, Stephanie? Dang. It's pretty late. You're at the urgent care center? Wow. Aaron, do you remember me? Jog my memory, Francis. I'm sorry. I don't really remember you, but kind of. Tell me what's up. Give me a hint. I'm at an urgent care center. Dang. That's good experience. Oh, yeah, you're a scribe. That's a good one. It's 10:42 here. It is 9:42 where I'm at. Should I drink the rest of this coffee, guys? I feel like I need to go to sleep soon. No, you're never gonna let me forget about that, are you? I won't ever forget about it. Oh God, that's a mistake. uh, me cries myself to sleep. Is Dr. Shepard Duro. It's the It's the partner cup. Yes, it is McDreamy. It's the partner cup to my Meredith Grey cup. I chose to use him now. I'm one of your earlier. I was like, will you forget your OGs? Oh God, I'm making so many mistakes on stream today, guys. I'm tired, Francis. I've been streaming for an hour and a half, man. Hour 45 minutes, and you just came on, and I'm falling asleep over here. Of course, I won't. I would never forget my OGs. No, don't drink coffee. It inhibits ADH. Did you know that caffeine binds onto where adenosine binds in your brain? That's why it keeps you awake, because adenosine makes you fall asleep. So good, though. It's not McDreamy. It is. What are you studying? I'm not studying anything right now, Milan. Just hanging out with you guys. Just chilling. I start med school. Like I started Thursday was orientation. I have orientation Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And then Thursday, Friday, we have a public health block, Health of New Mexico. So it's going to be pretty chill for that. Next week and the following week is going to be pretty chill. And then after that, we start a full anatomy block. Let's go. How long would you recommend studying for the MCAT? I think for the MCAT, Alan, you should really take the double AMC practice tests to gauge where you're at. And if you're scoring where you need, where you want, then there's no like how long you would study. I would probably study for 2 months if I had full MCAT studying. Like that's what I dedicated my time to. I feel like in 2 months I could do it. But I didn't, like I said, I didn't score very well when I did it. But now looking back, I never had dedicated study time for the MCAT. I was always working, doing other stuff while studying for the MCAT. But if I could take time off of work, I would study for 2 months, like with a really rigorous schedule, constantly testing myself with the double AMC materials, maybe some additional materials from Kaplan or Princeton Review. And then I would take the MCAT when I felt like I was scoring where I wanted to take it. That's what I would do, Alan. UWorld for the MCAT. I never used UWorld for the MCAT. Milan, was it pretty good? UWorld is king for step one, but I never used UWorld for MCAT studying. Stephanie. Oh, man. Duro, am I the only Grey's Anatomy fan that doesn't like McDreamy? What? You don't like McDreamy? How could you not like McDreamy, Duro? What's wrong with you? His hair is so perfect and beautiful, man. Yeah, amazing. My favorite is Alex Karev from Grey's Anatomy. Francis, how do you manage being in a relationship while being in med school? Well, my partner is super supportive. My girlfriend has supported me. We've been together since we were both in high school. I told her I want to go into medicine. So she gives me so much crap, guys. She says, whenever we first started dating, you told me that you fell in love with medicine before you fell in love with me. And she's never going to forget that. She will never forget that. And I love her with all my heart. I love my girl. She has always supported me. And I was probably a jerk back then in high school, like I didn't think I was going to be with her for the rest of my life. And now I do. But she's been super supportive. She supports me in my goals. I support her in her goals. And that's what you need, Francis. That's how I manage it. I don't have problems because we both understand we both have lives and we love each other. And that's all that matters. I might have problems. No, a part of keeping you awake is the fact that you have to go to the bathroom so frequently after coffee, so it's a double whammy. Yeah, seriously. No, I see that. UWorld for the MCAT is solid. I never used UWorld. I wish I would have, but I didn't, so. UWorld is expensive as a pre-med. Oh, yeah, I bet it's expensive. Yes, Alan, that's my first recommendation. Take one of those double AMC practice tests first at the very beginning, gauge where you're at, and then start doing. I don't know how many double AMC tests there are. I don't know if there's 2 or 3. Before you decide to actually take your MCAT, like let's say you've been studying for 2 months, take that last double AMC, like the third one, to make sure that you score okay on that before you take the MCAT, because that's the best indicator. if you want to take more practice tests, take like the first two double AMC and then do like some third party or whatever, second party, whatever review. But before taking your actual MCAT, use the double AMC materials to gauge where you're at. That's how I would study for it if I were to do it all over again. Duro, he was too self-absorbed. He always made it seem as if his career was more important than Meredith's. I got what you're saying, Duro. But towards the end, he really loved her. And yeah, whenever he died, he did go to Washington and stuff. But like, I see what you're saying, but his work was pretty cool. And she kind of felt like that too. She kind of felt like hers was pretty important too versus his. So sound like that girlfriend is more OG than us fans. Yeah, she is big OG, Nora. She is. I love that girl. Soccer or basketball? Ooh, that's hard because of all the hype lately around soccer. I used to play basketball when I was in high school in Milan, so I really like basketball, but I really like watching soccer lately. Soccer now, I think it would have been basketball had you asked me like a year ago, but now it's soccer for sure. Yeah, I have Endless. I watched I think like the first season of The Good Doctor. It was really good. It's really good. I liked it a lot too. It's unrealistic like every other medical show you've seen, but it was good. I like it. My favorite Grey's Anatomy character is Arizona Robbins. I have a lot of comment, except I didn't lose a leg. And are you lesbian, Duro? Um, great. Yeah, I like Alex Karev. He's such a douchebag like on the outside, but he loves his patients and he will do anything for his patients. I love him. I love that, and I love his girl. What's her name? She is really pretty. The Good Doctor is so good. It is really good. I really liked it. Stephanie, oh, I wish you all the best. My boyfriend and I are the same. He's going to follow me wherever I go. So that's the thing, Stephanie. So I told her, like, we've been talking about residency and stuff, and I told her, like, so what's gonna happen? And so the basically the consensus is that if her grandparents are still alive at that time, that she is not gonna go with me wherever. She's gonna stay here back in New Mexico to be with her family. Um, and anyways, intern year as a resident is pointless to like, it's gonna suck. So I'm all for her staying back here if I go somewhere else and being with her family because we're not gonna be able to hang out that much anyways. Um, so yeah, I know what you're saying, Stephanie. She can follow me wherever I go if she wants to. If she wants to stay here, that's fine with me. But you gonna bet that when this is all over, we're gonna be together. That's for sure. Francis, good doctor. Alan, got it. Thank you very much. You're welcome, Alan. It's all about baseball. I never did baseball, everyone. Hey, Aaron, hope your summer is bumping, man. I went fishing a lot, Rice Krispie. I went fishing and I wanted to hang out on the water more, but I actually hung out with my family more than I kind of wanted to, I guess. But I guess I just know that once med school starts, I told them that I'm really going to focus a lot more on this year on school and I'm not going to have time for them as much as I have this last year. And they understand. I think they understand for the most part. So that's kind of what I did. I just hung out with my family a lot this summer, right? Because I knew that once it starts, it's really going to freaking suck. You should collab with Dr. Mike. Yeah, right, Francis. Like, he would want to collab with me. He is super busy physician, super popular. I mean, that would be really cool, but I I don't think it's feasible right now. That would be amazing though. If y'all can get me into contact with collabing with Dr. Mike, let me know. I would love to. Otolaryngology, FM, neurosurgery, plastics, or psych. If I had to choose between any of those, Milan, I would do family med or plastics. Family med just because I like building relationships with patients. I've done a lot of family med in the past, and I like outpatient like that. So family med plastics, I would love to like help treat burn victims or war vets or something like that. Um, help them get rid of scars or just you know, just work on them and help them do stuff like that. Not like boob jobs or butt jobs, stuff like that. That's not the plastics I'm thinking of. I prefer you do a collab with America Revere or Dr. Buck. That would be. I would do a collab with any of them, any one of them. That would be amazing. Salvador and Nora are asking the medicals contact ECs to disprove them. I don't know. We were actually talking about that earlier. If they seem funky, because you do have to put contact info with your experiences, and I don't know. Like if it seems fishy, I feel like they would, and if they do, and you lied, that's probably like they'll probably throw your whole application out. I don't know if they do it. I imagine that if something seems fishy, that they will. So don't lie, ever. Like as a medical professional, like if it's about patients and about your professional whatever, don't lie about it. Drew, Dr. Mike isn't as down to earth as Aaron. Aaron needs people who are down to earth as him. That's why I got America or Dr. Buck. Yeah, I work with any of them. Get me in a contact with them, guys. Tell them you want them to collab with me. That would be really fun. I have, Francis. So whenever I did, like when I was at like 1,500 subs, I actually reached out to two other YouTubers that were pretty small like me. You guys probably saw, what's their name, Paula Villanueva and Adnan. He does like a lot of medical interviews. I emailed him and they never emailed me back. And I emailed them a long time ago, so I just assumed that they didn't want to collab, and they were just as small as me. Like they're small medical YouTubers. Um, so it's hard. Gushers or fruit roll-ups? Fruit roll-ups, Milan, easy. Gushers are all right, but fruit roll-ups are just better, in my opinion. I like fruit roll-ups, and then you like put them all in a ball, and then you throw the whole thing in your mouth. I love fruit roll-ups. No, that's 20 shadowing hours enough. I have more clinical experience with patients, just not much shadowing. I would probably try and get a little bit more shadowing, Nora. It's good that you have more clinical. Like clinical, I think is what they really care about. But shadowing is also very important. And um, 20 shadowing hours. I feel like you should probably get more. Like if I was in AdCom and just saw 20, I feel like I would like more, depending on what all your other experiences were. Like if your clinical experience was a ton of hours, then I wouldn't be so worried about it. But 20 seems kind of low without other information on your application, without knowing the other information was what I mean. Duro, I've spoken to Buck a few times on Instagram. Do you know the White Coat Chronicles and the Brittany Way? I have seen their channels. I didn't reach out to them because they're a little bit bigger than me, aren't they? Like they're like at 10,000 or something, and I didn't want them to feel like I was collabing just to like get subs or to get their subscribers or anything like that. That's why I reached out to people that were like in my same level of subs, because I feel bad if that's what they think. Good night, Salvador. Thanks for being here, man. This is gonna close up soon, so thanks for being here like the whole time, basically. Francis, that's the T. Mad Adventure is also a lot like you, except he has kids and wife, but he's a lot like you. Oh, I actually don't know him. I'm actually gonna look him up right now because I have not heard of him at all. Duro. Mad Adventure. Let's see. What's his can Medventure? Is it Indian Medventure Duro or just Medventure? Because I found Indian Medventure. Yeah, I didn't see it. Is 2,000 subscribe hours decent? Hell yeah, Milan. That's way more than decent. I think that's a really good amount of hours, Milan. Is physics even necessary in med school? Yes, Francis. In CVPR, tons of physics, like blood flow, pressures inside your lungs. I imagine once you get to like GI too, it'll be very important for motility and like absorption of things. But for CVPR, For cardio, pulm, it was very important. Renal, it was more like chemistry with concentration gradients. But yes, it was pretty important. I guess you probably didn't need 2 years, like a year of physics, but I can see why they did it, Francis. So yeah. What type of volunteering do medical schools like on an application? I think med schools like you to volunteer for a lot of hours at one place. I feel like they especially like underserved populations, and that your letter of rec probably comes from them, and that the letter of rec says marvels about you, and it just feels that you're doing it genuinely and not to check a box off on your med school application. How many shadowing hours should I aim for then? Oh, Nora, I think it's really hard because I don't know like how many hours like clinical you have, what other extracurriculars you have, what your experiences have been. That's a really difficult question to just answer just based on that information. It's really difficult, Nora, I'm sorry. Med venture only. Let's see. Oh, I see. Okay, I found him. 31 subs. First day of med school 11 months ago. So he was in MS1 when I started. He is pretty down to earth. Let's see. I'm going to subscribe to this guy. He seems like a cool guy. About. No details. All right. He has, what, 4 videos up right now? Yeah, that's the guy. All right. Shrek, I answered that. I answered Nora's. I'm going to stay to the end. Not the Indian one. Yeah, I found him, Duro. I found out about him when I found out about you. It looks like I've been a lot more consistent than he has. I feel like they started med school and they're like, screw YouTube. I'm not getting the views. I'm just going to quit. It's kind of how I felt at the beginning, but I knew that you had to stay consistent on this platform to grow. And I've stayed consistent and I've grown a lot. Like, geez, look, I started at the same time basically as this guy. And yeah, that's awesome. I'm glad I stayed consistent on here. You should read personal statement that EC as a side hustle in med school for us pre-meds who strive to be like you. You know, I was thinking of that recently. I think it would be a really good side income because I feel like that's what was special about me as an applicant versus just having the GPA and MCAT. So maybe in the future, Milan, maybe once I get settled into this, I think if I finish this first year of med school very like next year, maybe I'll start doing something like that. I feel like right now I really need to focus on school. I want to focus on YouTube. I want to focus on my family and my friends, making good relationships this year and getting a good groove on for the rest of my career, basically. For medicine, for my family, my girlfriend, YouTube, like I need to get some things in order before I can start adding things onto my plate. You and Flight Nurse MD attend the same school? What? Flight Nurse MD? Who is this? Who is this? Burn? What the heck? Link me the... Oh, graduated already though. Okay. I see. Just realized that's cool. What's your opinion on DOs and DO schools? So I answered this earlier, Francis. I don't know enough about DO schools to like talk about them really. I had a discussion with another first year med student earlier on here, and he doesn't really believe in DO schools. I just don't know enough about it. Less than 1% of doctors in the U.S. are DO schools. I was going to apply to DO had I not gotten in this year. And other than that, I don't know too much about them. Andrea, how's it going? Glad you're here. I'm almost leaving. I'm almost ending the stream. I've been here for 2 hours, guys. That's crazy. I didn't expect to be here for 2 hours. Flight Nurse MD is like Dr. Buck. Dr. Buck misses the point at times. Are you going to the University of Mexico? Yes, I'm at School of Medicine. Yes, Milan. That's where I'm at. All right, good night, Nora. Thank you for showing up, asking me all the questions. I hope I really helped. Thanks for hanging out with me for 2 hours. Y'all are awesome. Thank you so much. For not in my opinion, I think he used the story to bring his point across. Yeah, Dr. Buck likes to bye Milan. We'll see you. See ya, Alan. Good night. Wait. Everybody's leaving? What's going on? Why is I'm not done, guys. What's going on? I was just saying bye to Milan or whoever said that they were leaving. Somebody was leaving. So I said bye, but I'm not leaving yet. Graduated on my opinion. Hey, I'm planning on DO school. Okay. Andrea, talk to us about DO schools. What made you decide to go to a DO school? I don't know enough about DO school, so that's why I didn't apply. All right. No, Pushin Cat, how's it going? Didn't do anything I would do. Serious tag. Even if one gains entry to school, should one reconsider? Burn, if it's not a school you feel 100% that is gonna make you a successful doctor, if it just doesn't feel right, even though you applied, to get in. That's why you shouldn't apply to. I mean, you should apply broadly. That's a difficult one. You really need to follow your heart. Oh God, Duro. If it feels like the right school, then yeah. If it feels wrong, then I wouldn't go. Even though it is like if it is a school, it sucks. That's a hard decision. I didn't have to take it, so I'm not gonna give too much advice on it. I just feel like if the school didn't feel right to me, and I thought about reconsidering, then maybe it's not the right fit for me as a student or person to go to that school. That makes sense. I'm sure it does. Especially if that person has to put in 5 times the prep for testing undergrad. Ooh, burn. So that's like a difficult decision, right? Like if you really struggled and this is the only school that offered you a spot this year and you're not the best applicant, if you really want to be a doctor, you're gonna suffer through that and it's gonna suck. But you might end up liking it. So it's a rough situation. I didn't experience it, so I can't really talk about it in that sense, but I know what you're saying. I don't know. But yes, you should reconsider, I guess. I'm so confused what to pursue in the future. You're welcome, Balance. Thanks for asking me the questions. I hope I helped you out a lot, and I will do more in the future. So confused what to pursue in the future. Durell loves Pusheen. I'm back, and I'm also applying to majority DO schools. Tell us why DO schools. All you DO people, tell us why DO schools. What's different? Enlighten us, because I don't know enough about DO schools. I work at a library part time. Durell, my mind is so dirty. Should I just become a librarian? You could, Pusheen. That sounds like, I mean, you have the experience, you know how to do it. Is it something you want to do? Yeah, exactly what Duro said. Would you be happy as a librarian? Yeah, you have to find something you really like. What's up, Plunge? Did you start school yet? I started orientation Thursday. It's orientation. I've been through it before. Um, Nothing special. I'm excited to. I was more excited to meet my classmates, Plunge, than to like go to orientation. I'm gonna try to make friends this year and just be more in med school than I was the last year because there was stuff going on in the background that didn't really allow me for that. Yeah, don't do it, Pusheen. If you hate it, don't be a librarian. That's an awful mistake. Don't do that. Um, it looks like you like cats. How about you go get a job at the local shelter? Although they are going to euthanize some cats, but you get a chance to take care of them. I know, Zaniv. It's 2 hours and 10 minutes. I can't believe I'm still going. The conversation is just too good to stop, though. It's so good. I don't want to stop talking to you guys. I love answering all your questions. I love hanging out with you guys. I feel like this is something I didn't have med student YouTubers do when I was watching med student YouTubers. So I feel like this is a really important part of my YouTube thing. Be a vet. So being a veterinarian is very different than just like taking care of cute cats and stuff because you're gonna have a lot of sick animals and you have to put animals down and some people just can't handle that even if they love animals. It's okay to not know sometimes. I agree, Duro. The emphasis on primary care and family medicine. 2, the holistic approach to medicine. 3, the high acceptance of non-traditional and underrepresented minorities in medicine. Are those questions, Tenzin? Or are those like statements? What are you? The emphasis on primary care and family medicine. What are these 1, 2, 3, 4, Tenzin? Plunge, LOL. Yeah, I'm just being a social butterfly in med school now. It'll come to you in due time. I applied to more jobs. What jobs did you apply to, Zanib? Aaron, were you born in New Mexico? Yes, I was, Francis. I was born in New Mexico. I hope you get one too soon, Zanib. I'm scared of all animals except horses. Oh, you asked about applying to DO schools. Those are my reasons. Oh, okay, Tenzin. Let's see. The emphasis on primary care and family medicine in DO schools, holistic approach to medicine, high acceptance rates of non-traditional represented minorities, and GPA requirements and MCAT requirements general lower. I'd emphasize your ECs. Okay, Tenzin. See, it sounds like I would have been a great DO applicant then. The only thing that I do believe that MDs are pretty holistic, or maybe we're moving more towards that. We're very evidence-based, that's for sure. But any MD, like primary care MD, has a really good approach, like holistic approach to their patients. So I don't think it differs in that sense. But I can see the other ones. Okay, that's really cool. But there's not like a difference in medicine, right? Like how you practice medicine as a DO versus an MD, really, other than like the holistic approach. But if you're a primary care MD, then it's pretty holistic, in my opinion. I hope you get one too, Zanib. I love horses. I was born on a farm ranch. Maybe I'll upload a video later. I highly doubt you could transfer to an MD from a DO or vice versa, Francis. I feel like that's a no for some weird reason. I just feel like the answer is just no on that. Plunge, it's so hot, I'm melting. Where are you at, Plunge? Where do you live? Phoenix, Arizona? I applied to Shoppers Drug Mart, Sport Check, and a bunch of openings at the theater. I hope you get a job, Zanib. That'd be really cool. Any job to get food on the table is a job. That's good. Like people, yeah, any job, I'd be very happy for you. LOL, Plunge. What did Plunge say? It's so hot, I'm melting. Oh, the Caribbean is burning up. The curriculum is different from DO to MD, I believe, but I could be wrong. Anyway, back to studying. Please go live often. Thanks, Tenzin, for showing up. Thank you for telling us those things. The only difference I think would be like what you guys do in addition to the MD curriculum, but I might make a schedule on going live so you guys know when I'm here. And it's not gonna be this long ever again, probably. All right, Tenzin, thanks. The Caribbean is burning up. If I were to do a PhD before med school, would that be awkward? Not really. I feel like a lot of people that I know in, oh my gosh, guys, I am 1 subscriber away from 1900. Somebody subscribe to me if you haven't already and you're here. But yeah, I don't think that would be awkward, Duro. I think that would be cool. And I think you could explain, yeah, like, I don't think that would be awkward at all. I don't think so. What careers can I pursue because I like chemistry and math? You can be a chemist, Pusheen. You can work like doing research in a laboratory. Um, Chemistry, I think, is pretty. You can do like chemical engineering at a makeup place. Yeah, chemists are so diverse in the jobs they can do because everything is made up of chemicals. So that would be amazing. Okay, I'll get you one, Duro. Thanks, man. I'm at 18.99, guys. If I can get another one, I'm just gonna hit refresh until it says 1900. Still 18.99. Work for NASA. Yeah, chemistry is awesome. Math, you could be a math teacher. Duro here. He studied math. He's done all his career in math. He will get you a. He'll be able to tell you what math job, like a math teacher, mathematician, a data analyst for different companies, accountant, stuff like that. Work for NASA. That would be amazing to work for NASA. 1822. Math is too much. I can't. Yeah, math is definitely not my favorite subject. I can do it, but I would not want to do my life in math, honestly. Thanks for the suggestions. You're welcome, Pusheen. Chemistry. Yeah, chemistry is really cool. Aaron, what are your hobbies? Did you get the subscriber? Let's see. Yes, I did, Duro. What the heck? I'm at 1900. Did you just like make another account or something in the subscribe or what? I'm at 1900. You actually got me the sub. That's hilarious, man. Thank you so much. Oh, sweet, man. Thank you so much. 1900. That's so awesome of you. Thank you. Christoph, what are your hobbies? I like to cook, Francis. I like to go fishing. I like to, this has kind of become a hobby. Like the YouTube thing has really become a hobby for me and hanging out with you guys. You guys are really fun to talk to. And it really makes me think of these questions. And yeah, I really enjoy this. Holy cow, Stephanie. I know I'm still here. It's crazy, right? I don't know what I'm doing still here. I've been answering questions for 2 hours, 15 minutes straight. It's been a really good conversation. It gets like better every single time, I feel like. So I need to like start put setting time limits on these. They're just fun. And those are kind of my hobbies, Francis. Cooking, fishing. I like being on the water. Uh, Generic stuff. I used to ride horses a lot. Like I said, I was a farm boy, ranch boy, so I did a lot of that stuff. So that was awesome. But I don't have time for that anymore. Now I live in the city, which I absolutely hate. Pusheen, I'm going to promote your channel. Thank you, Pusheen. I would really appreciate if you guys shared my channel and got me to 2,000 subs. That would be amazing. Hello, you're still on live. Awesome. How do you go about your letters of recommendation? Don't text and drive, Stephanie. Be very careful. Oh my God, you're scaring me. So for the letters, I would never become full-time YouTube Pusheen. I want to be a doctor. This is always going to be a part-time thing. Letters of recommendation from Professor Stephanie. So I was actually pretty close to professors. So one of the professors that wrote me a letter of rec was one of my Spanish professors. But I literally had a Spanish class freshman, sophomore, junior, senior year with the same professor. My senior year, she actually opened a Spanish course just for me. It was like one of those independent study with a professor kind of course, and she opened it just for me. And I focused on folklore healing, like folklore medicine, and it was all in Spanish. So she wrote me a really good letter of rec, obviously. Dr. McKnight, she was awesome. I need to go say hi to her. Thanks for reminding me. And then my other was my genetics research professor. So I got into a genetics class called genome editing. The class size was super small. There was only 14 of us. We mutated DNA in flies. So we got relatively close. I wouldn't say super close. So I was very honest with him when I asked him for a letter of rec. I told him, look, Dr. Cripps, I didn't get into med school last year, and it's because they thought that I couldn't do science. Would you be willing to write me a letter of rec that emphasizes how good I am at doing science? I was completely honest with him, but yes, I felt comfortable with him. And he said, sure. And he wrote me the letter of rec, and that's how he did it. That's how I did it, Stephanie. I don't know if people call you Steph. I have a Stephanie friend that's called Steph. So I just called you Steph because of that. Sorry. My mind is all over the place. Where's your mind, Duro? Tell us. Francis, does doing research in undergrad help with applications? Big time, Francis. Research really helps for your applications. It doesn't have to be bench research. Any research you do is good for your med school application. What's up, Chris? How's it going? Chris Sumrall. Duro, my mind is like an internet browser. 14 tabs are open, 6 are not working, 3 are frozen, and I don't know where the music is coming from. Oh, that's funny. That's really funny, Chris or Duro. Chris, what's your story? Tell us about yourself. Welcome to the family. Welcome to the team. Duro finally convinced me to call you guys team. I'm not gonna call you Team Trillo, but I'm gonna call you guys team. Y'all are my team now. No problem. Stuff is fine. Duro, if I did research but it wasn't published, would they have proof that I actually did it? Team Trillo. Yeah, I know. That's why I like calling you guys team. I don't like Team Trillo because it feels like it's too much around me and not us. That's why I just like team in general. Team Trillo feels kind of self-absorbed. Oh, nice. Air Force C cardiopulmonary tech trying to get into med school this route. Just seeing what's up here. Well, Chris, my name is Aaron. I've been on YouTube a year. In 2 days, I'll be on YouTube in a year. I was accepted into medical school with below average stats. I got into an MD school, and I was rejected the first time I applied. I got it my second time. I just finished a full year of medical school, and I have to repeat my year of medical school. I'm not giving up. I want to do this forever, and if you want to watch me, subscribe. Was that a good pitch? Should I like take that out and then? Oh, sorry, Duro. What's the question? I'm so sorry, man. You asked me a question. I didn't see it. Oh, okay. Sorry, I was too focused on the Team Trio. Yeah, I'll answer your question. Of course, I will. Publish. How will they have proof that I actually did it? So it's really good. Usually, like for those research things, Duro, they ask you for like contact info. If you need a research, you're gonna have to like show them, give them like your PI's info, like name and then their phone number, their email. If you made like a poster presentation, um, you might give them like the title of the poster. If you presented at a certain conference, you should give them that info. But usually, like your investigators, your principal investigator's name, email is sufficient to prove that you actually did it. Chris, yeah, man, good stuff. Tell us, Air Force cardiopulmonary tech. Tell us a little bit about that. Like, what does that entail? That sounds very interesting. If I was an admissions committee person, I would be very interested in what that is. For one of the doctors that I was working with, she told me that during her interview, they asked her if she could be in a person in time, who would you be and why? How would you answer that question? I'm using voice command. Okay, good, Stephanie. If I could be any person in time, who would you be and why? Oh, wow, that is a really deep question. Um, you know, you could go with like a traditional, I would like to be, like I said earlier, I would love to be Semmelweis, be the discoverer of washing your hands actually makes a difference in infection rates of women dying from pregnancy. Or you could be the like, or you could choose like a president. If I were to choose a president, I would be like Abe Lincoln. I don't know why. I really like Abraham Lincoln. I feel like he made really tough decisions, even though they weren't always the right one. Like most presidents suck at least, or they suck a lot during the presidencies, but that's all of them. Or you could be like a writer, which would be really interesting, like a J.K. Rowling or Annie Fadiman or Stephen King. That's an interesting question, Stephanie. I'm not pressured enough to make a one decision thing. Um, that's a cool question, though. Basically, do somebody that really impacted you and that you read about in history, and you need to be able to just answer it and defend yourself. Most interviewers aren't going to expect you to have a scripted answer to that. So anything you say and you have a good reason for defending is going to be a good answer to that question, honestly. All right, push in. I can't. Okay, push in. Would you rather become a doctor or become a very successful YouTuber? Doctor. Easy. That's an easy question. Push in. I can't. Can you do my physics homework? Laugh my ass off. I cannot, Francis. It's been a while since I did physics. I was actually pretty naturally good at physics, though. That's one of the pre-med prereqs that I actually performed well in naturally. Cardi or Nicki? I don't know either of them very well. Which I don't know. Ariana Grande. That's who I'd be, Durrell. I'd be Barack Obama. I think that's obvious. uh, I think that's obvious. Mr. Bean is mine. Mr. Bean is a good one. She told me that she said Madonna. She obviously didn't get accepted at school. Oh, that sucks. That's sad, Stephanie. I feel bad for her, Madonna. That's kind of funny, though. If she felt like Madonna, then damn, Madonna. You should pick somebody in history that's like very obscure so they don't know enough about him. And then, yeah, that'd be pretty cool. Do you have a lifelong commitment to your family farm? I feel like the more I get into this um, med school life plunge, it becomes less and less. I still was pretty, like, I felt pretty committed still the first year of med school, which is not what I should have done. But I think it's part of being first generation, like male. I'm the only male. I have two sisters, and I'm the only guy, and that hurts me more because I feel like I have to help my dad because if I don't help him, nobody's gonna help him, and that just feels like shit because they've given up so much for me to be where I'm at, and it's vicious. She's a doctor now. It's all okay. Ariana Grande's new album is fire. What time is it where you live? It is currently 10:24. Plunge. My friend said Cardi B is short for cardiovascular bronchitis, and every time I hear Cardi B, I burst out laughing. Oh, that's hilarious, Darrell. Chris, so a Air Force cardiopulmonary technician says, I'm pretty much a nurse of lungs and heart. Long hours and lots of studying on the side. What's your desire, especially? Okay, that's really good. That's pretty cool, Chris. I think that's gonna be really interesting for your interview when you go like interview for med school. I think they're gonna be very interested in that. That's gonna be cool. My desired specialty currently would probably be, I was telling them earlier, like uh, peds hemonc, hematology and oncologist pediatrician, just based on experiences this last year and stuff. It's kind of personal. I think it's got to be kind of personal. That's kind of what I'm thinking right now. Peds critical care, interventional radiology, anesthesia, family medicine, med peds critical care, hospitalist. There's a lot of stuff I want to be. I haven't decided quite yet, Chris. Pusheen, I would love to be a YouTuber. What's your start making videos, Pusheen? What do you want to make videos about? Plunge, no, he's not. Whoa, let's not get all religious. Chill. Same time zone as me. Nice. Where are you guys at? I'm in New Mexico. Y'all are mountain time, right? So y'all are in the mountain time zone. You. Oh. It's lyrics to a song, fam. Why are you being all crazy? I said it because y'all mentioned Ariana. I know it's lyrics to a song. People get cray about religion, Durrell. It's okay. How often do you do live Q&A? I've actually been doing them pretty often, Chris. I was doing them probably like once a week. This last week I did a lot. Like last week I did 2 or 3, like a few days in a row. Once med school starts on Monday. I might tone it down a little bit, obviously, and they're not going to be this long. But I do like doing these Q&As because y'all come here, y'all show up, y'all say hi, and it's really fun. I found it really fun to do live streams with you guys, do live Q&As. So often I don't have a schedule, which I was telling them I kind of want to make a schedule so that y'all know when I'm going to be here. So look out for that if I decide to make a schedule. Rubaya, how's it going? Plunge is out here trying to start something.
Plunge, Canada, Canada. Anyone who gets mad about other people's beliefs have little to no critical thinking skills, but that's besides the point. Never heard of the song, that's why. Oh, okay. If I didn't go into Gen Surge residency, I'll go into Med Peds. Have you read Jordan Peterson or Robert Greene? I know, right? Plunge. We do have already too much of that. I have not. I have not read that, Chris.
Would you recommend and why? Tell me about them. I'm interested. I like reading, so if they're interesting books or the authors, I'm interested. Tell me what they're about, and I might read them. Jordan Peterson and Robert Greenham. We already have too much of that. Not a fan of fam, far from. Peds is what I really want to do. I don't know. It might change. That. Yeah, it might change, friends. That's why I say like I want to do all these things, but I don't say 100% for sure because I know it's probably going to change. To use a drug dictionary at school, I don't. Duro. I use first aid, and then like I'm sure once I go into like clinical clerkships and rotations, I'll probably have like the most used meds in a notepad or something, but I don't actually use a drug dictionary. Nah. Mostly you need to know like the classes of drugs and what their mechanism of action is and side effects and what you use them for, like to treat for. What is the most challenging part of first year at med school? I think the most challenging part is just the volume of information, Stephanie. It is massive volume. It's not hard. Some of it is hard, but mostly it's massive volumes of information that you've never seen before in that style. That's the hardest part. It's just so much, so much. And then studying day in and day out, most hours of the day, it's really difficult. I think it's just really difficult to do that consistently all the time. Let's see, pharmacy hard to get into. It's not Bushin. Pharmacy school is very easy to get into. If you want to go to pharmacy school, apply here to UNM. It's very easy. The market is super saturated with pharmacists. It is expensive. Um, Not my field of choice, obviously, because I want to be a doctor. I have one. It's very big. I have Mosby's drug dictionary. I like to use Katsung, I think is the name, Duro, of my drug book. I also have another one. I forget the author of it, but I have one in the garage currently sitting on a desk. The show Botched made me not want to be a plastic surgeon. I haven't watched that show, Plunge. Did they really mess stuff up? I also have the British Medical Association Medical Encyclopedia. How do you stay in shape? Do you have any tips on how to get abs? Workout. Um, I go to gym. My goal is to go to the gym 3 times a week. My partner and I go to the gym together, so that helps us spend time together and get our exercise in. Um, do you have tips on how to get abs? So there are quite a few ab workouts out there. I think my abs are just more natural just because I'm so thin that I have abs. Um, I don't know. I'm not a workout guru, so I don't have tips. Do a lot of crunches and sit-ups. Um, yeah, see, that's the best I got. So I'm not good. It was the reverse for me at plunge because I really love Dr. Dubrow. Oh, I see. Low key scared. Don't be scared, Stephanie. Everybody's going through it. You'll all adjust. That's just the hardest part. Like that is the hardest part. Um, and being a little bit scared is good. It means you're doing something that you're uncomfortable with, and it takes courage, and you will grow and get better because of it. For such absurd surgeries. Oh, on botched, they ask for absurd surgeries. That's kind of funny. I understand how I want to do plastic though. Yeah, that's why I don't want to do plastic, because I wouldn't want to do like elective boob and plastic thing, even though like image really affects people's health, like how they see themselves, even if we agree or disagree. So that's an important aspect to consider, but it's not what I would like to use my skills for as a plastic surgeon. Ooh, flex. No, I'm not gonna flex, Francis. I'm like a scrawny dude. I'm gonna do gen surge and then do med peds, and I'm gonna do gen surge and do ped surgery. That sounds awesome. I'm scared to fall in love with surgery, guys, because I don't want my life to be medicine forever. I want to do other things. You see those books over there, guys? You guys can't even see. I'm super weak. There. That's all you got, Francis. That's all you get. Do you follow Julian Fit MD? I don't follow. I think I've seen some posts by Julian Fit MD Duro. Right now, we just have sheep plunge. We used to have like a sod farm and some corn and some chilies and stuff, but now it's just sheep. I don't want to go to work tomorrow. I'm tired. I feel you, Pusheen. I feel you. Have you seen the Area 51 memes? I have seen the Area 51 memes. They're hilarious, Francis. I wouldn't have a problem doing surgery. I don't have a life anyways. I want to have time with my family and my partner, so that's fine. All right, guys. I really need to go to bed. I was supposed to be doing some school trainings that are due by the 15th, by Monday, and I didn't get any of them done because I live streamed. I need to do them all tomorrow. Do you believe Area 51 is real? It's real. They already confirmed that Area 51 is real. What's in it? It's not well known. How do you do well in organic chemistry? Do a lot of practice questions. Make sure you understand the reaction, not just memorize problem sets. Go to office hours, go to class, and watch videos online. Quick, short video. Plunge said yes. Jordan, Pearson Clinical Psychology, talks about shouldering responsibility and hard work as a way of pushing through lives, suffering in order to obtain what would make suffering worth it. Very motivational. 12 Rules for Life is a popular book. I highly recommend. Okay, I'm gonna take a picture of that, Chris, and I'm gonna look at for a I'm gonna look for I'm gonna look at the book like at Barnes and Noble and see if I want to get it. All right, see you, Francis. I consider myself hardworking and passionate about pursuing medicine. I'm not the smartest person in the room, but I try my best. That is me to the T, Stephanie. So you believe in aliens, woo, Chile? Yes, I do believe in aliens and other stuff. Okay, cool, man. Subscribed. Awesome, Chris. Glad I got you on board. What advice would you give someone to take the MCAT in 2021 summer? So before I leave Arcom, so I've been here for 2 hours and 40 minutes, Arcom. Hopefully you catch my next live stream. But for MCAT in 2021 summer, I would make sure that you have all your pre-med prereqs done, that you performed well in them, and that you start gauging your MCAT practice using double AMC practice materials. All right, guys, we'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks, everybody, for showing up. Thanks, I hit 1,900 subs. Thanks to all you guys today. And we'll see you in the next live stream, guys. I have these often, so you'll see me again soon. Thanks for being here. I'm really tired.